Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree, and it's all my own work from my own memory. The weight of blame in our life choices isn't a fixed thing. It shifts. Some choices hit us differently depending on who we are, where we are, and what we've already been through. Healing isn't linear, and growth rarely comes without a mess. I've been chewing on that a lot lately, especially after finishing Arcane. This wasn't my first exposure to it. Like anyone with an internet connection, I'd seen the art, the edits, and the fan-made tributes. The world building looked rich, the animation was painterly, and the characters were instantly iconic. I've never played League of Legends, mostly for the sake of my sanity, but after enough nudging from friends and my Twitch chat, I gave in. And honestly, I'm glad I did. At first glance, I expected to fall in love with Jinx. Her chaotic aesthetic, the braids, the bombs, the big Harley Quinn energy is usually my vibe. I was ready to adopt her into my personal pantheon of lovable anti-heroes. But as the episodes unfolded, my feelings started to kind of shift. Jinx isn't your classic anti-hero. She doesn't really fight for a cause. She doesn't challenge the status quo in any really satisfying way. She fights for herself, often at the expense of everyone else. She disregards Vi's wishes, manipulates situations, and spirals further into destruction without once pausing to own the chaos that she leaves behind, which even the Joker does in the Batman series. Her trauma is undeniable, but her refusal to take any accountability for how she responds to it, that's where the damage begins. One of the more fascinating and frustrating things about Arcane is how it explores the ripple effect of unchecked trauma, not just within the person, but on everyone around them. Jinx's pain is valid, yes, but the wake of it is long and jagged. Vi, Caitlyn, even Silco all bear the weight of her choices, trying to either manage, mitigate, or survive the damage that she leaves. And then there's Isha. Isha isn't as prominent, but her presence matters. Idolizing Jinx sets her up on a weak foundation. She inherits a narrative built on deflection, instability, and emotional unpredictability. That kind of influence doesn't just mark a person, it molds them. Watching Isha mirror Jinx's traits made it painfully clear that Jinx's lack of self-awareness created more than just destruction. It created a legacy, a cautionary tale in real time. Accountability matters, and Arcane never shies away from showing how its absence echoes through relationships. Vi, in contrast to her sister, does the work. She apologizes, she validates Jinx's pain without excusing her actions, she tries to rebuild, but what happens when one person is trying to heal and the other one is clinging to their damage like armor? This dynamic reminded me of people that I've known in real life. Those who chose not to grow and instead turned their pain into some kind of manipulative performance. Those who wear their wounds like medals while wounding others. I won't dive deep into those stories here, but I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of someone else's emotional shrapnel. That's why this narrative struck me the way that it did. It didn't just make me feel, it made me reflect. And y'all already know what I think about thought-provoking media. And that's a part of Arcane's brilliance. This show doesn't hold your hand or give you easy answers. It looks at love, loyalty, family, and trauma with clear eyes and says, yeah, it's complicated. Beyond that, and leaving that where it is, the series itself is stunning. The painterly visuals, top tier. The adult themes, bold, welcome. They don't shy away from gore. They show you exactly what it is, the reality of things. They don't take the gravity away from the situation. The way that it wove grief, addiction, mental illness, political corruption, and class warfare into something watchable without it feeling preachy was pretty masterful. There wasn't a moment in the series where I felt, can you just get over it, please? There's a lot to love. Mel and Echo's designs were gorgeous. Heimerdinger was adorable.
And Echo specifically is my favorite character. He's the kind of hero that I want to root for much more often. Innovative, empathetic, driven, and as someone who's obsessed with time manipulation, as one of my favorite things to watch is time travel movies, the light sprinkling of temporal play had me vibing for sure. Watching Arcane wasn't just entertainment for me, it was a mirror, a reminder of how we carry our stories and how they shape the people around us. That accountability, no matter how painful, is necessary. That sometimes love isn't enough. And sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for others is to let go. I will be one to say, this part isn't written down, I took a long time to recover from watching Arcane. It triggered me in ways that I didn't really understand at first. And after taking some time to sit with it, which is why I haven't posted this, I understand now that it made me, when I say reflect, I literally have spent the past month or so kind of just picking my own life apart and understanding where things went wrong, where I went wrong, the people around me, how it affected me, and why I am where I am in life, both mentally and everything else. Arcane shifted a puzzle piece in my mind and made it click into place. It's not going to affect everybody that way, but it affected me that way. And it's kind of shocking on the tail end of it. And after all of this reflection, realizing that that's the effect that it had on me and how deep it really was. So I haven't felt this strongly about a series since I want to say maybe His Dark Materials. And if you've been following me for long enough, you know that His Dark Materials left me practically dehydrated from how much I was crying when I watched it. I didn't cry while watching Arcane other than Isha, but I did think quite a bit, and it wasn't surface level. It was very much deeper and more to the core. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a very interesting experience, and I think the next thing I want to watch, I want to make it a bit more light and not as emotionally driven, just so that I can move forward from it faster. But yeah, that being said, what about you? What did Arcane leave you with? Who are your top three characters? Did any scenes hit you harder than expected? I was not expecting Isha, and it made me sob like a little baby. So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how the show bounced around in your head. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys like the art, and I hope your week holds at least one moment of magic.